What's up, all my good people out here in YouTube land? Coming at you with the review. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. I'll be right back. What's up, all my good people out here in YouTube land? Had to do a quick little intro, do my little countdown. I hit the broadcast button too soon. I'm coming at you with the review for Elimination Chamber, the final stop before WrestleMania. Yeah, the show was trash. It was a glorified house show, which most of those Saudi Arabia shows are. I'm not interested in WrestleMania, so I'm glad I didn't buy tickets to go to WrestleMania this year. The 3 matches that are booked so far, I just have no interest in them. So let's just go ahead and get the show started. The pre-show kicks off with a match between Rey Mysterio and The Miz. During the match, The Miz tried to do some like distractions and things like that. He had a chair in his hand and he threw the chair to Dominic, and then he ended up hitting the steps with his foot to make it sound like Dominic hit him with the chair. The ref told Dominic to go backstage and get away from the ringside pretty much. The Miz thought, this would help him out, but he ends up losing the match by a roll up. Rey wins the match by getting rolled up, by rolling up The Miz. The Miz hits Rey from behind. He attacks him. Dominic comes back out to save his father. They do a double 619 followed by 2 frog splashes. And apparently this is going to lead to a match at WrestleMania between Dominic and Rey. And apparently the rumors are Logan Paul and The Miz. Everybody doesn't need a WrestleMania match. So yeah, everybody doesn't need a WrestleMania match. So the show officially opens up with the Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns and Goldberg. By the way, as I like to always say, and other people like to say in the community, fuck Bill Goldberg. The match went quick. It's a typical Goldberg match. He looks sloppy. He's old. He doesn't belong in the ring. He can't do the things he thinks he can do. He was only there to get that check. Roman makes him pass out in a submission. He's off to face Brock Lesnar. Moving on. The women's chamber match is next. This match was boring. This match had no excitement to it. It really honestly just could have been a 6-person match without the cage around them. Like they could have did that shit on Raw the other night when they did the gauntlet match. They could have just had that as the person whoever wins that match will go off to face the winner of the women's Raw match at Mania, because this was worthless. There was no good spots. The cage was barely used, and it was quick. Like it was quick. In this match, you have Alexa Bliss, you have Rhea Ripley, you have Doudrop, you have Bianca Belair, you have Nikki Trash, you have Liv Morgan. Of course, Bianca. So basically, the rules of the match is the 2 people in the start off the match, and I think it's either between 2 minutes or 5 minutes where the next opponent comes out, and then either they get eliminated or somebody else comes out until there's the last person standing. Every time somebody gets pinned, they get eliminated until it's down to 1 person. So pretty much the match starts off with who did the match starts off with? The match starts off with what's the damn girl name? Liv Morgan and Nikki Trash. That's who the match starts off with. Doudrop comes out next. Rhea is out next. Rhea eliminates Nikki Trash. Alexa is out. Liv eliminates Doudrop. Bianca comes out last. And for a minute, it was It was Bianca, Rhea, Bianca, Rhea, and Alexa. So it was like it seemed like it could have been good from that point on, but again, like I said, there was no excitement to the match. And Doudrop is nothing but a glorified Nia Jax, just safer and a little bit better a wrestler. But outside of that, that's really all she's there for. I don't really understand why she feels as though she needs to be in any of these matches. But when you don't have a division, this is what you do. Who eliminates who? So I forgot. I think Nikki. It's in my notes, but clearly my notes aren't clear. Alexa eliminates Liv, and which leaves a little bit back and forth between Rhea and Bianca, which they have excellent chemistry together. So now I will. Let me finish with this first. Alexa eliminates Rhea. Alexa and Bianca have some good back and forth. Bianca ends up eliminating Alexa, and she's off to face Becky at WrestleMania, which we already knew. That's one thing about tonight. A lot of the shit we already knew, or it was obvious. So, I will say this: I actually would have had Rhea and Bianca be the final two, or I would set something up where I wouldn't mind actually seeing a triple threat match: Rhea, Bianca, and Becky. I think it would add a little bit more excitement to the match. To me, it's no reason why Bianca is not winning the title back and going on to somebody else. I don't care for Becky's gimmick. It's boring, it's dry, there's nothing to it. It's just I don't know. It's just she's just cringeworthy. She's just like annoying. Yeah, it's just it's hard to get excited for these kind of things. I don't know. It's hard to get excited for these kind of things. Like I said, they would have been the last two in the match, and like I said, I guess they were saving all the major spots for the men's chamber, which there was really only one major spot. So again, the next matchup is a tag team match between Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville versus Naomi and Ronda Rousey. It's a stipulation in this match. Ronda has her hand tied behind her back. Has one arm tied behind her back, which really was tied in front of her, but whatever. Sonya happens to be in a sling, so the match starts off with Ronda and Sonya. And actually, Sonya comes out of the ring because she's no longer hurt. Now, I will say this: I would like a proper match between Sonya and Ronda because they both have the same background, so I'd be interested in seeing how that match could go by just them two. After some good back and forth, Naomi was really the highlight of this match, as she normally is in all matches. She was really the highlight of this match, and the crowd was behind her. The crowd is always behind her. I don't understand why she didn't win the Rumble. I don't understand why it's not her versus Charlotte at WrestleMania or her versus Sasha for the title at WrestleMania. Something different, because this Ronda and Charlotte match, they're going to really have to work on this to get people behind it, because nobody's interested in the match. A lot of people are saying that they just need to go ahead and add Naomi to the match and let Naomi win the title. I would agree with that, but I don't see them giving Naomi that kind of push. I don't think they're going to want Naomi to outshine Ronda Rousey, which she already does that. That's why they teamed her up with Ronda, so she can get some of that baby face feedback behind her. So Ronda is in the match. She takes down Sonya with one arm. She does the arm bar, but before she does the arm bar, she's pretty much begging Charlotte to get involved in the match, and she does not get in the match. She kind of leaves Sonya out there to defend for herself. Ronda and Naomi get the win, and we're off to WrestleMania. I do think that Naomi and Sonya will have a one-on-one match, because if not, it will be pointless. Now it's time for matches we don't care about. First matchup. Well, actually, I don't care about the rest of the show. First match up is a Falls Count match anywhere with Drew McIntyre and Madcap Moss. After a decent back and forth, it was one spot where Drew kind of like threw him over, like something like he threw him, and Madcap landed on his head, and I'm like, I know he wasn't good after that. Like I just know that he was no good, no longer good after that. Happy Corbin interfered about 60% of the match, which has me thinking they'll probably end up having a match together, having a match first with each other at WrestleMania. Again, I'm not interested. Again, everybody doesn't need a match. I get it. It's the biggest show of the year. You want to get as many people as you can on the card, but I'm not interested. I know a lot of people are not interested. He ends up winning the match, and that's that. Drew ends up winning the match. Excuse me. That's that. Like I said, this was like the boring part of the show. It was this literally could have been on TV. I don't understand. I don't understand. The next match is I was actually surprised at how good this match flowed. Is the Raw Women's Championship match between Lita and Becky. The match really it was a good match, but it really got good towards the end. Becky hit a moonsault, which I don't think I've ever seen her do one of those. I didn't know. Yeah, I don't think she has. I didn't think she had that in her because she has a boring moveset. And you don't have to be a high flyer to have an exciting set, but she has a boring set to me. So it's a move set to me. So it's just like whatever. So like I was saying, so she hits the moonsault. Lita gets out the way. Lita gets up and hits a twist of fate, and then Lita goes for the moonsault. And I literally thought at that moment they were going to give Lita the championship, but then Becky pretty much no-sold it. She got up, she hit the manhandle, and she wins the match. It was a good match. Lita looked good. I can understand why when she said she has one more run left in her. I can see it. I will say I actually would not mind if she's clear to come back and she's ready to come back. Bayley versus Lita, or Sasha and Bayley versus Trish and Lita. You know, that would be that would be more exciting. You know, I'm okay with the one-on-ones also, but if you're trying to get, because it's like, what do you do with Sasha? What do you do with Bayley if Bayley is ready to come back? So I think that would be pretty nice. It seems like Lita is a Raw superstar, so that'd be pretty cool to see that match. I think. Excuse me. Next matchup is a match that I actually thought was going to happen, and I was actually wanted this team to win the match, but I think this is going to happen at Mania. Next up is the tag team championship match between the Viking Raiders against the Usos. As the Viking Raiders are coming out, the Usos attack them from behind, and the match does not happen, which I don't get the point of it, but it seems like they were rushing through stuff, like they were trying to get the hell up out of there. Like I don't know, it seemed like they were rushing through matches, and I don't know, some backstage stuff was going on. I know, being over in that country can probably be terrifying because of all the shit that's going on over there. So I just think they were just ready to get up out of there. So I can see this match happening at WrestleMania. I also can see it being a multi-man match with the Usos, the New Day, or Big E and Kofi. What's the other team? Los Lothardos, which is Angel Garza, Roberto. I could see and adding the Viking Raiders in there, some kind of ladder match, something cool. Like I don't need to see a boring. Just give me a good classic fatal 4-way tag team match, ladder match. I think the fans will love it. Those 4 teams I just mentioned are really, really good. So you can't go wrong. I still would give it to the Viking Raiders. I still would have the Viking Raiders win. The final match of the night, because like I said, they're rolling through this show. Like I think the longest match probably was the men's Elimination Chamber match, or it might have been the Falls Count Anywhere match. They seem to just flew through this match also. So this is the final match of the night. This is the men's Elimination Chamber for the WWE Championship. Features Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, Austin Theory, Riddle, and Brock Lesnar. The match starts off with Seth and Austin. Austin powerbombs. Seth powerbombs Austin through the chamber, which has apparently, allegedly, Bobby's head hit the back of one of the steel pipes or the steel bars that was holding up. So he's taken out of the match, and he has concussion protocols and things like that. So out comes Riddle. Riddle's out next. They have some good back and forth going on. As that match is going on, you actually see the officials helping Bobby out of the cage, out of the chamber, excuse me. Out comes AJ Styles. And then it's Bobby's turn, it comes out. So, of course, he's out of his pod. So Brock is like waiting and waiting and waiting. Next thing you know, he kicks out of his pod, and he starts going crazy. He eliminates everybody, which we probably would have expected that. And then him and Austin have some back and forth. Austin is running around the ring. Brock hits him with a suplex, and then Austin lowballs him. He gets a couple little offense moves on Brock, and then he does some more running around the ring. And then I didn't know where they were going with this spot. So Austin is climbing the top of the chamber, and he's almost out of the actual chamber, like out of the actual hole. And then Brock pulls him back in. And then he's on top of the pod, and he F5s him down to the ground. And he wins he gets down. He went 1, 2, 3. He wins the match. I don't get the point of this. I don't understand why he won. I also don't, which makes me not understand why he lost at Rumble. I don't know if you just wanted Bobby to be a 2-time champ. I don't get it. I don't get any of this. Is Bobby not going to be part of Mania? Is he out with a concussion? Is he really hurt? Was this a way to keep Bobby strong? I don't know. Like, I'm so confused why any of this happened. So, like I said, it's going to be Brock and Roman title versus title, championship versus championship, because they don't say title. So championship versus championship. I don't know if they're going to merge the divisions together. I don't know if they're going to merge the titles. Does it mean Roman's going to have 2 titles? Like, it doesn't make sense, because then if he has 2 titles, clearly he's going to have to lose a title. So that means he's going to lose. His winning streak is going to come to an end. So I don't understand what's going to happen. They had 6 weeks to plan it. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if maybe Brock has to wrestle 2 nights. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is the twist turns that they were going for, they were hoping for, but to me it doesn't make any sense, because if Roman wins the match at Mania, then what happens when it's time for him to defend the WWE Championship? Because you're not going to merge the divisions together. I just don't see that happening. I don't see Fox being okay with it, and I don't see USA being okay with it. Let alone what we feel about it, because a lot of people want it, but we also don't pay them to put on the show. So I don't know. This is a weird one. I'm still not interested. Still not interested in the match. But this is a weird one, because it's like, what happens? So I guess we'll find out Monday. We'll see what happens on Monday when they come out and things like this. They got a lot of work to do. They got 6 weeks. I'm glad there's no pay-per-view, in between that time, which is good. So that means everything can be built up to Mania, instead of having a 2 or 3 week build to Fastlane and then a 2 or 3 week build to Mania. Everything can be focused on Mania. Stuff has been focused on Mania since the Rumble, but now we can just strictly focus on Mania. You can focus on what Sasha Banks is going to do, and focus on what Bayley's going to do if Bayley comes back. Apparently, at the end of the month, Asuka's supposed to be coming back, so we'll see if that's true. You can figure out what you're going to do with Bobby if he's cleared in time. You can set Edge and AJ Styles up. You can just start really building up. You can figure out what's going to go on with the tag team division. You can just really honestly start building up and trying to make this the best show you can. You have 100,000 people you're trying to get on both nights. And now, 6 weeks from now, it's more than enough time to start building shit up. So I guess Monday we'll start getting some answers between things. We'll start getting some back and forth between people, and we'll really figure out what's going on. Again, I don't know why they took the title off Bobby. I don't know why they even put the title back on Bobby if they only was going to put it back on Brock, only for Brock to go off to WrestleMania to face Roman for champion versus champion. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't work for the company. If I did, none of this would be going on. We would have an excellent show. Everybody would love it. So that is my review. for this glorified house show called Elimination Chamber. I did not enjoy the show. Everything was predictable, pretty much. And we are on the road to WrestleMania. So thank you everybody for who've been liking my channel. Thank you for everybody who has been enjoying my content. I'm going to see if I can go live again today or tomorrow so I can do weekend sessions with Adrian. I got a whole bunch of shit I want to talk about over there on that side of the channel. What are we? 2 weeks away? Let me see. What is today? Today is the 19th. 1, 2. Yep, so we're like about 2 weeks away from 2K coming out, and I will be having my first 2K video up on March 8th. It will most likely be the beginning of my career for my superstar. I really want to add NBA up there, NBA 2K, but I'm kind of finished with that. So I'll probably wait till the next one comes out. So I think the first game will be WWE 2K22 on the channel. March 8th, look out for that video. I think that's all I got for y'all. I'll see y'all Monday. Everybody enjoy their weekend, enjoy your holiday, and I'll see you all Monday nights for Monday Night Raw. Hopefully we'll get some answers on what happened at this trash pay-per-view called Elimination Chamber. Peace.